Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Battle Through the Heavens based on novel. So let's start. Xiao Yan's group followed Xiao Yan to the deepest region of the heavenly tomb, before they gradually came to a stop. Their surroundings were as black as ink, because there was almost no light. One appeared to be standing in the empty realm, as a kind of lost panicked feeling rose within one's heart. This is the deepest part of the heavenly tomb. Xiao Yan smiled as he spoke. He pointed to an ancient stone tablet in front. This tablet stood in this dark black region in a lonely manner. It was quiet and lonely, appearing as though it had existed for a long time. This is my tomb. Xiao Yan's eyes followed the direction Xiao Yan had indicated and saw an ancient stone tablet. Even though a countless number of years had passed, the stone tablet still emitted an aura that could not be described. This kind of aura was not intense, but it caused one's soul to feel a flutter that could not be stopped. The four of you should train outside the stone tablet. This place is where the energy in the heavenly tomb is the most dense. Other energy bodies do not dare to enter this area. Therefore, you need not worry about your safety. Xiao Yan looked at Jiyu Qingyang's group as he spoke. Jiyu Qingyang's group looked at each other after hearing this. All they could do was smile bitterly and nod their heads. The only thing they could do when dealing with this person, who was once a top expert, was to completely obey him. Xiao Yang and that girl from the Jiyu clan, follow me. After randomly settling matters with Jiyu Qingyang's group, Xiao Yan turned to Xiao Yang and Zun. After which, he placed both of his hands behind him and slowly walked into the stone tablet. His body swiftly became pale, as he disappeared upon contact with the stone tablet. Xiao Yang gently exhaled when he saw this. He extended his hand to Zun and smiled as he said, "Let's go." The anxiousness in Zun's heart completely disappeared as she looked at Xiao Yang's smile. She obediently extended her soft hand and placed it in Xiao Yang's palm, allowing him to pull her along as they slowly walked to the stone tablet. "Xiao Yang, take good care of Zun." Jiyu Qingyang cupped his hands and spoke in a deep voice, as he watched Xiao Yang and Zun walk toward the stone tablet. He knew that Xiao Yang would likely spend most of his time inside the tomb after entering it. "All of you should also take care." Xiao Yang smiled and nodded. He extended his hand and gently touched the stone tablet. A bloodline connection was emitted from the stone tablet as a circular light scattered from the stone talisman, wrapping around Xiao Yang and Zun. Finally, the light scattered and their figures completely disappeared. Jiyu Qingyang and the rest looked at each other after watching the two of them disappear. All they could do was bitterly laugh before softly sighing. Forget it, given Elder Xiao Yan's ability, he will not do anything to Zun. Let's just quietly wait here for them to come out. Jiyu Qingyang shook his head. After which, he randomly found a stone platform and sat down. He gradually entered his training state. Jiyu and the other two could only nod their heads when they saw him sit down. They each found a spot and began to train. The light that filled one's eyes slowly disappeared. Xiao Yang and Zun slowly opened their eyes. Xiao Yang looked at the ancient house that had appeared in front of him, and he involuntarily became a little absent-minded. It was unexpected that this simple and ordinary tablet actually hid such a mysterious place. It was indeed worthy of being an elite Doshing's resting place. Xiao Yan stood with his hands behind him in the middle of the large hall in front. There was a clear pond in front of him. Numerous green lotuses were suspended on it, emitting a faint relaxing fragrance. "Can you tell me about the situation of the Xiao clan?" Xiao Yan sighed when he heard the soft sound of footsteps behind him. Xiao Yang hesitated for a moment when he heard this request. Finally, he said with honesty, "The Xiao clan no longer exists. There is only the declined Xiao family left." Xiao Yang structured his thoughts after uttering these words. After which, he spoke in detail about the various unexpected changes of the Xiao clan during these years. Xiao Yan slowly nodded after the last word sounded. His face did not reveal much emotion. The decline of the Xiao clan is something that I had already expected. At the very least, there are still descendants remaining. It has not reached the point of despair. Xiao Xian's voice was gentle, appearing to possess a demonic strength. He seemed to recall some things while Xiao Yang, who had become a little emotional, once again became calm. Do you have anything that you wish to ask? Xiao Xian looked at Xiao Yang and asked a question with a smile. Is ancestor really still living now? Xiao Yang hesitated for a moment before asking. If Xiao Xian were able to live in another form, the Xiao clan would prosper. With such a peak expert, it was likely that even the Han clan would have to be cautious. Xiao Xian looked at Xiao Yang. A moment later, he slowly shook his head and said, "What you are seeing now is merely a remnant part of my soul. When I died back then, I had instructed some people to deliver me to the heavenly tomb. Only then could I take on this current form and await your arrival. However, this is only limited to the heavenly tomb. I will immediately disappear once I leave here." Disappointment flashed across Xiao Yang's eyes when he heard this information. He bitterly laughed. The strength of the current Xiao clan is too weak. Having lost the bloodline strength, we are unable to fight with the other ancient clans. Someone like me is considered unusual to them. When the Xiao clan was still around back then, I had already sensed that the Dodi bloodline was about to be exhausted. You should understand that if the bloodline strength was becoming exhausted back then, the Xiao clan would have been annihilated by those enemies with ill intent. Xiao Xian lifted his head. His eyes seemed to be recalling a distant memory. The only way to replenish the Dodi bloodline is for another Dodi to appear, but this is too difficult. The me back then was a little too arrogant, and did not think that I would be blocked in front of the Dodi class. After discussing with the many elders within the clan, we decided to stake everything. We used a secret technique and transfer most of the bloodline strength within the clan to my body. I understand that it was the final hope of all the clan members. Xiao Xian inhaled a deep breath of air. Some pain finally surfaced on his face. He had disappointed all the members of the Xiao clan. But I still ended up failing. When I was attempting to advance to the Dodi class, the Han clan launched a sneak attack. I ended up seriously injured, and I died. Xiao Yang was quiet when he heard Xiao Xian's self-reprimanding sigh. A moment later, he softly said, "That was the last method. If the bloodline strength was allowed to be exhausted, the Xiao clan would have difficulty escaping being destroyed. No one in the Xiao clan would ever blame you for this. However, if the strength of the bloodline has been exhausted, why is it that the clan tattoo has appeared on me?" Xiao Yang suddenly rubbed his brows and doubtfully asked. The clan tattoo of the Xiao clan is not bestowed by another, it is created by oneself through training. Xiao Xian smiled and continued, "I can sense the Skyfire 3 mysterious change on you because I was the one who created it. It is unexpected that you have accidentally obtained it. I remember that I gave it to the Burning Flame Valley back then. The word fate is indeed unpredictable." Xiao Yang revealed a stunned face when he heard these words. A moment later, he suddenly recalled the name that he had seen when he was inheriting the Skyfire 3 mysterious change at the Burning Flame Valley. Xiao Xian. That Xiao Xian, there is the ancestor of the Xiao clan. The matters of this world is really unbelievable. Of course, the Skyfire 3 mysterious that you practice is still lacking the final step. It is precisely because it is lacking this final step that you have been unable to create a clan tattoo, Xiao Xian softly explained. An excitement immediately surged within Xiao Yang's heart when he heard this. His eyes looked at Xiao Xian with anticipation. "Ha ha, relax. I have waited alone for so many years in order to hand everything to you. This final step of the Skyfire 3 mysterious change will naturally be handed to you." Xiao Xian shook his head and smiled when he saw Xiao Yang's excitement. "However, even if you form the clan tattoo, it is difficult to truly unleash it to its peak without the support of the bloodline strength." Xiao Xian voiced his thoughts. Since it is called the clan tattoo, there must naturally be a bloodline strength as a source. Xiao Xian nodded as he observed Xiao Yang's eyes dim. He smiled and stepped into the pond before walking to the middle. With a wave of his hand, one could see the water of the pond slowly rotate. Following the swirling of the pond water, numerous blood lights were slowly emitted from Xiao Yan's body. Finally, they followed his legs and entered the pond water. Following the numerous unusual blood light rays entering the pond, the clear water began to gradually turn blood red. At a glance, it appeared just like a pool of blood. At the same time, Xiao Yan's black hair began to gradually turn white. His face had also become old. Xiao Yan's expression changed when he saw this change. He was just about to speak when Xiao Yan, who was still in the pond, slowly shook his head. He smiled and said, "Back then, I used all of my strength to preserve some of the Do Di bloodline, and I used many techniques to seal it. All that I was hoping for was to once again create a clan member who possessed the bloodline strength. The current me is only a remnant soul. All I can do is drift in this heavenly tomb. The matter of revitalizing the Xiao clan can no longer be completed by me, however, the heavens do not wish for my Xiao clan to end. I believe that you will do better than me." Xiao Yang felt an ache in his heart when he looked at the aging Xiao Yan, whose eyes had become much gentler. He could sense that this ancestor of the Xiao clan, who had possessed a shocking talent, had carried a big burden. This bloodline strength also possesses some of the energy that I had sealed away when I was alive. My descendant, hopefully, you will be able to complete the promise that I have made to the members of the Xiao clan back then. The clear pond water became blood red following the pouring in of the blood light. In the end, a dense wave of the smell of blood drifted out. An extremely frightening energy also slowly formed. Xiao Yang, who was standing beside the pond water, sensed the terrifying strength within. Not only did he not feel any discomfort, but the blood within his body had begun to rapidly rotate at this moment. He appeared to sense an extremely great desire from it. This is the Xiao clan's bloodline strength, her. Xiao Yang clenched his hands. This kind of strength should have left the Xiao clan. It is unexpected that he was still able to sense it at this moment. Xiao Yang, enter the blood pool and inherit the last bloodline strength of the Xiao clan. Xiao Yan in the pool, who had turned into a white-haired old man, smiled. His current voice had become extremely hoarse and elderly. However, this elderly feeling vaguely contained a faint hope. The Xiao clan was not completely hopeless. This member of the younger generation of the Xiao clan might not be able to compare to him back then in terms of achievements, but for some unknown reason, he sensed that the challenges he had failed to pass might be completed by his descendant from the younger generation. Xiao Yang inhaled a deep breath of air as he studied Xiao Yan's elderly appearance. He was aware that now was not the time to feel emotional. Xiao Yan had used such a technique in order to wait for him, turning himself into something that was neither human nor ghost. All he wanted was to pass on the final bloodline of the Xiao clan. The thing that Xiao Yang needed to do now was to not reject it. Instead, he needed to accept it and truly do his best, because he was the only hope for this declined clan. Xiao Yang gege, be careful. Xiao Yang merely inclined his head when he heard Zun's soft voice. After which, he ceased hesitating. He stepped forward and entered the blood pool. He then slowly walked to the middle of the pool of blood. The moment Xiao Yang entered the blood pool, the blood in his body began to fluctuate. Numerous flowing strands of blood energy violently pierced his body like many needles. They finally roared through his pores in an extremely barbaric manner, and wildly charged through his body. Hiss! The sudden intense pain caused Xiao Yang's expression to immediately turn pale. A mouthful of cold air was involuntarily inhaled. It might be a little painful in the beginning. The bloodline strength must first wash away the ordinary blood within your body. Only then can it pour the blood with the bloodline strength into you. This is the first step of the inheritance, changing blood. Xiao Yan by the side spoke, when he saw Xiao Yang's face swiftly turn pale. Xiao Yang nodded. He clenched his teeth and forcefully endured the tearing pain. He could sense that the blood within his body was rapidly disappearing under this intense pain. Soon an extreme frailness swiftly spread, causing his eyelids to involuntarily lower a little. You cannot become unconscious. Otherwise, the blood will not be properly washed, and it will not be possible to unleash the bloodline strength to its limit. All the bloodline strength within the members of the Xiao clan has already completely disappeared. Therefore, it is impossible to use gentle techniques to activate it like other clans. We can only use the most overbearing method. Xiao Xian sternly cried out when he saw Xiao Yang's eyelids gradually lower. Xiao Yang shuddered when he heard Xiao Xian's stern cry. He hurriedly focused his mind and bitterly endured the intense pain and his extremely weakened state. Zun, who was beside the blood pool, involuntarily clenched her hands when she saw Xiao Yang's bitterness. Her heart felt a little ache. We can only use extraordinary methods, because of extraordinary circumstances. Xiao Xian sighed. After which, he sat beside the blood pool. The time required to change blood was quite long. In other words, the pain that Xiao Yang had to endure would last for a long time. Time swiftly flowed by in the quiet large hall, and 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. Xiao Yang had been soaking in this blood pool for these 10 days. Following the clearing of his blood, the current Xiao Yang had turned into an extremely skinny and frail skeleton. His expression was so pale that it was frightening. If a weak breath wasn't still existing his nostrils, no one would have treated him like he was alive. Zun observed the changes in Xiao Yang during these 10 days from beside the blood pool. Her heart felt as though it was being cut by a blade. Anyone's heart would feel terrible after watching one's beloved turn into a skeleton one step at a time with one's own eyes. Xiao Xian was calmer while watching the changes of Xiao Yang, but his heart was still a little worried. Changing blood possessed some inherent risk since the person changing blood was at one's weakest. If one's mental strength was not strong, one would descend into a dangerous state. Should that final breath be swallowed, that person would truly turn from being on one's last breath into a dead person. Boom. While the two of them waited with complicated emotions, the calm blood pool suddenly emitted a slight sound after 20 days. Many bloody bubbles surfaced in the blood pool and burst apart. At the same time, a blood-colored swell formed. Xiao Yang, who was so skinny that he was hardly any different than a skeleton, was at the middle of this swell. The blood changing has succeeded. Once the blood that possesses the bloodline strength pours into Xiao Yang's body, Xiao Yang will gain the final bloodline strength of the Xiao clan. Xiao Xian appeared to have been relieved of a big burden. He sighed in relief after witnessing the changes. Both of his hands formed a seal, and a blood-colored light shot into the blood pool. The blood pool appeared to start boiling when this blood light shot into it. Blood bubbles continued to rise. At the same time, traces of a mysterious bloody liquid were separated out. Finally, they climbed Xiao Yang's body, followed his pores and continued to pour in. Following the pouring in of the blood that was filled with a mysterious energy, Xiao Yang's extremely pale skin gradually displayed a sleek redness. His dry skin slowly began to recover. As the situation gradually turned for the better, Zun sighed in relief. She softly inquired, "Elder Xiao Xian, is there still some energy that you sealed back then in the blood pool? If this energy is completely absorbed by Xiao Yang Ge, his strength would suddenly soar, right?" Xiao Xian nodded. He glanced at Zun and smiled as he said, "I know what you are thinking. This increase in strength that relies on external forces might pose a great hindrance when advancing to the Doxing class if they are not properly controlled. However, Xiao Yang should be aware of this already. Therefore, he will choose the most rational method, believe in him." Zun quietly nodded. Her heart was indeed a little worried. The energy that Xiao Xian had left behind would be extremely great. The energy would be enough to allow Xiao Yang to soar to the peak of the Dozun class in an instant, but if this happened, the chances of Xiao Yang advancing to the Doxing class in the future would become negligible. It was not worth it in the long term. However, this worry was not overwhelming. Given her understanding of Xiao Yang, he was usually rational. He was quite cautious about this kind of external energy. It was possible to tell that he was prepared for this matter from the way he would rarely allow himself to consume medicinal pills that could increase his strength despite being an alchemist. Next, let's just wait for the change of blood to complete. It is likely that this will take a long time. Xiao Yan softly spoke. He slowly shut his eyes. Zun by the side also nodded. She once again stared at the blood pool. After failing to see any unusual changes, she finally relaxed and entered her training state. The ancient hall was completely silent. Only the bubbling sound of the blood continued to reverberate. One mouth quickly passed amid this silence. Blood bubbles continued to churn within the pool. Xiao Yang's skin had recovered its past appearance and looked like it was filled with life. One could still see a countless number of blood strands surging out from around him as they poured into his body. Following the pouring in of this energy, Xiao Yang's aura gradually soared. Bang! This silence continued for an unknown period. At a certain moment, the blood bubbles churning within the pool suddenly stilled as an explosion sounded, causing a blood fog to scatter in all directions. A cluster of purple-golden light strangely spread from Xiao Yang's body and blocked the blood traces. This sudden unexpected change caused Zun and Xiao Yan beside the blood pool to open their eyes. They were stunned when they saw what was happening. What is this? Zun was startled as she stared at the purple-golden light. She could vaguely sense an extremely noble and mysterious aura radiating from Xiao Yang. She had never sensed this kind of aura before. Xiao Yan also frowned as he studied this purple-golden light. His eyes revealed an expression of contemplation. It was a long while later before he slapped his hands together. A voice that was filled with surprise was emitted from his mouth. Dragon Phoenix Bloodline Strength. Why did this legendary thing appear in Xiao Yang's body? Dragon Phoenix Bloodline Strength. Zun was also startled when she heard Xiao Yan's stunned voice. She asked somewhat uncertainly, "What is this thing?" Dragon phoenixes had rarely appeared on the Do Chi continent's history. Hence, even though Zun was a member of the Jiyu clan, she was still extremely unfamiliar with this term. Xiao Yan also revealed a surprised expression in his eyes as he studied Xiao Yang in the blood pool. It was difficult for him to imagine that there was still such a thing hidden within Xiao Yang's body. It should be known that a legendary existence like the dragon phoenix was something that even he had never personally seen. A dragon phoenix is a mysterious creature that possesses the bloodline of the ancient void dragon and the ancient heavenly phoenix. This is the true supreme creature of the magical beast world. However, they have only appeared a few times. Even I have never personally seen such an existence. Xiao Yan slowly explained. A mysterious creature that possesses both the bloodline of the ancient void dragon and the ancient heavenly phoenix. Zun knit her brows. She was aware that Ziyang's actual body was an ancient void dragon, but she had never heard of when Xiao Yang had communicated with an ancient heavenly phoenix, an ancient magical beast that had disappeared a long time ago. I am also not aware of just where this dragon phoenix bloodline strength came from. Xiao Yan spoke somewhat helplessly. From the looks of the situation, it seems that the removal of blood earlier did not remove this dragon phoenix bloodline strength. As more of the Xiao clan bloodline strength surged into Xiao Yang's body, the dragon phoenix bloodline could not endure the pressure involuntarily erupted. Will this have an impact on Xiao Yang Ge? Zun frowned and asked. If we cannot remove the resistance of the dragon phoenix bloodline strength, the Xiao clan's bloodline strength will not merge in Xiao Yang's body. If it forcefully barges in, it will cause Xiao Yang to be seriously injured. Xiao Yan frowned. He felt a headache forming. This dragon phoenix bloodline was also extremely powerful. It was comparable to a genuine Do Di bloodline. Although the strength of this kind of bloodline was not very powerful within Xiao Yang's body, it could not be underestimated. What should we do? Zun asked in a somewhat worried voice. Xiao Yan mused for a moment. His eyes shifted to Zun as he asked, "Little girl, are you willing to help me or rather Xiao Yang?" "Elder Xiao Yan, please state whatever help you need." Zun rolled her eyes. She did not hesitate as she answered him. "I need some Jiyu clan bloodline strength." Xiao Yan stared intently at Zun. A wild heat surfaced in his eyes as he explained, "I know that the bloodline strength of two clans is difficult to merge. This is something that I had personally experienced back then, but it is precisely because of failure that I am aware of why it didn't work. The two types of powerful bloodline strengths have difficulty reconciling with each other. However, things are different. The strength of this dragon phoenix bloodline is not inferior to a Do Di bloodline. By using it as a mediating item, it might be able to merge the Jiu and Xiao bloodline strength. Moreover, it will even be able to resolve some of the problems that the dragon phoenix bloodline created. Merging bloodline strength. Even with Zana's calmness, her face involuntarily changed when she heard Xiao Xian's words. Something like the bloodline strength was viewed as the highest secret in each clan. They would definitely not allow outsiders to obtain it, and with the two of them being Do Di bloodlines, they were basically in a state of opposition. It was impossible to merge them. If one were to try to forcefully merge them, the results would be quite serious. I am aware that this thought is quite crazy. Back then, I have already dabbled with such a thought, because I think that the bloodline of a Do Di might be able to allow the descendants of the Do Di to possess an extraordinary talent, but this bloodline inheritance has definitely caused some things to be lost or go missing. It is precisely because of this lack of something that the experts within these ancient clans who can reach the Do Di class end up diminishing. The process also becomes more difficult. Xiao Xian appeared to be aware of the thoughts within Zana's heart. He shook his head and explained his plan. I have experimented with it back then, but ended up failing. Since that time, I have never mentioned such a thing. However, now is perhaps an opportunity. Zana looked at Xiao Xian's elderly face, before once again looking at Xiao Yang in the blood pool. Xiao Yang's eyes remained shut. She hesitated for a moment before finally sighing softly and saying, "Elder Xiao Xian, are you really confident?" 80%. Xiao Xian mused a moment before replying. Zana once again hesitated for a moment after hearing this. She clenched his silver teeth gently before she nodded. She said, "Since this is the case, I'll do as Elder Xiao Xian says. I shall represent Xiao Yang and the entire Xiao clan to thank you first." Xiao Xian cupped his hands to Zana with a solemn expression, as he thanked her in a deep voice. Zana could only smile when she witnessed Xiao Xian's great politeness. If it wasn't for Xiao Yang, she would definitely not agree to Xiao Xian's crazy request. She understood in her heart that Xiao Yang possessed a great number of enemies from powerful factions. If he wished to be victorious over them all, he would need to possess a powerful strength. Should the so-called bloodline merger succeed, it would undoubtedly help Xiao Yang on his path. Zana inhaled a gentle breath of air. Her hand rapidly formed a couple of mysterious seals, before her nail gently cut her jade-like wrist. A trace of blood appeared. Droplets of fresh blood slowly dripped down from her palm, before falling into the blood pool. As these fresh blood drops fell into the blood pool, the fluctuations of pool slowly came to a halt. A 5-foot-large hollow area was swiftly formed. The blood that had fallen from Zana's hand gathered in that hollow area. At this moment, the blood did not scatter. Instead, it continued to gather before turning into a fist-sized blood ball that floated on the blood pool. Elder Xiao Xian. This is the most blood of the bloodline that I can take out. If I continue taking more out, it will affect my bloodline grade. Should the clan sense this matter, they will definitely connect it to Xiao Yang Ge. At that time, his situation will become even more dangerous. After another drop of blood rolled down her wrist, Zana rapidly rubbed her hand over it. The blood immediately halted. Only then did she lift her somewhat pale face, as she softly informed Xiao Xian. "It is already enough, thank you." Xiao Xian once again cupped his hands to Zana. He was once the clan head of the Xiao clan. Naturally, he understood just what kind of great risk Zana took by being willing to give some Jiu clan bloodline strength to Xiao Yang. This bloodline strength might seem like only a little, but Zana would need to train for 2 years to replenish it. This favor was indeed magnanimous. Zana slightly shook her head. Her pretty eyes looked at Xiao Yang in the blood pool. His eyes were still tightly shut. A gentle and pretty smile surfaced on the corner of her mouth, but she did not say anything. "You should take a good rest first. Leave the remaining things to me. Relax, I will definitely hand you a Xiao Yang Ge, who is even more perfect. Xiao Xian fondled his snow-white beard and laughed. After which, his eyes landed on the blood pool. Both of his hands formed numerous seals with lightning-like speed. A low cry was emitted from his mouth at the same time, agglomerate. After Xiao Xian's low cry sounded, the blood pool rapidly began to rotate. A whistling sound started to hum, but not even a little drop of pool water spilled out. Xiao Yang stood at the middle of this swirl. His body was like an unmoving stone statue. With the increase in the intensity of the rotating blood pool, a purple-golden light spread over Xiao Yang's body. It appeared to have been suppressed as it gradually became much dimmer. While the purple-golden light became dim, a blood ball half a fist large suddenly shot out of the rapidly rotating blood. It broke through the purple-golden light, with lightning-like speed, and heavily struck Xiao Yang's chest. The moment it did so, the blood ball swiftly merged into Xiao Yang's body at a rapid speed. Xiao Yang's body suddenly began to tremble after the blood ball sank into it. Numerous tiny blood symbols began to shoot out of his skin. Within the blink of an eye, they dyed him red with blood. Zana's face immediately turned pale when she saw Xiao Yang's body. However, Xiao Xian merely inhaled a deep breath of air. His hand seal once again changed as the rapidly rotating pool of blood formed many fountains that continuously shot towards Xiao Yang's body. Every time a blood fountain made contact, it would strangely enter Xiao Yang's body. With an increasing amount of violent blood pouring into Xiao Yang, the two different bloodline strengths began to erode each other in Xiao Yang's body like an all-out battle. It seemed like they would not give up unless they destroyed the other party. Roar! While the two Do-Di bloodline strengths were eroding each other, the Dragon Phoenix bloodline strength that was hidden in a certain part of Xiao Yang's body surged out, after being urged by Xiao Xian. A soul-stirring dragon roar and phoenix cry vaguely sounded. The Dragon Phoenix bloodline strength charged into the two eroding Do-Di bloodlines as the third party. The three types of bloodline strengths merged together. This, along with Xiao Xian's perfect control, caused the two types of strength to weaken. The three types of bloodline strengths formed a three-colored blood cluster under Xiao Xian's control. This mysterious cluster continued to rotate, and the three types of bloodlines began to show signs of merging. The progress was excruciatingly slow. It lasted for an entire month. After the month was up, the rotation suddenly came to a halt. A mysterious purple red slowly flowed out of the sphere. This kind of bloodline was a completely new bloodline strength. It was a type of bloodline that fused two Do-Di bloodlines and the Dragon Phoenix bloodline. Part 1 end here.